The other nations are using U.S. money to trade. The U.S. has 40% of her land is coastal. Or not, is it 40? No, she has 40% of the world's ports.
12,000 miles.
12,000 miles of port coastline where the merchants of the earth come and trade. No other nation meets these descriptions. What nation polices the 7 continents of the world? America does. What power nation exists before the Antichrist rises? Babylon the Great. Folks, what Amir and Jan are saying, they have no scripture whatsoever to back their thesis. They think Babylon, the city, exists during the tribulation period. It does not. Who does Antichrist destroy in order to become the 8th kingdom? They don't even acknowledge that the Antichrist is the 8th kingdom and that there's a 7th kingdom. Jan says people keep bringing this up to her. Well, yes, they do. Possibly because everything that we've said in our book is happening, and you guys still have no understanding of the mystery that's happening right underneath your noses. It's unbelievable. Russia's in the Bible, Turkey's in the Bible, Iran's in the Bible, Egypt's in the Bible, Libya's in the Bible, China's in the Bible, and yet the most powerful nation in the history of the world, raised up by God, the Lady of Kingdoms, is nowhere to be found in Scripture. Folks, I'm just asking you, does this make any sense at all as you listen to this? As I listen, it's just total confusion to me. Amir says that people are Americanizing the Bible. Well, doesn't the Bible talk about the whole world? Or is it just over there? The Bible's about the whole world. America has tried to Christianize the whole world. We're not Americanizing the Bible. The Bible, America is in the Bible. Now, how have they had their revelation that America's not in the Bible? Amir says, Ezekiel 38, America is already a non-issue, meaning to him that she's fallen and does not play any role in the Gog-Magog war. Totally wrong. Tarshish is one of the nations that come, Tarshish and the young lions. Tarshish is Britain and the young lions thereof. That would include the Commonwealth nations of Canada and America when they come in. When Gog and Magog and Russia and Iran and Turkey and those 7 nations come down, the coalition of Sheba and Dedan, Tarshish and the young lions confront and say, have you come to take a spoil? And when the fire comes on Gog and Magog, in Ezekiel 39, it says, I will send a fire on Magog and among them that dwell carelessly in the isles, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Who dwells carelessly in the isles during this war? Well, according to them, somewhere America's just going to evaporate. There's only one nation that dwells carelessly in the isles. Isaiah 47:8, therefore hear now this, Babylon, that are given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me, that I will not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. She is the nation that dwells carelessly in the isles, and she's one of the young lions of Tarshish. But in their world, because their foundation was not built upon Scripture, they're still living in a mystery. They don't know who Babylon is. Now, folks, I'm not putting anybody down, but my job is to warn you that the United States of America is Babylon. She's going to be judged by fire in 1 hour. That's why she meets all 53 descriptions. And woe unto those who say, peace, peace, when there is no peace. And woe unto those who teach that America's not going to be judged when God says in his word that she's going to be judged. They have no clue that Babylon is destroyed before the tribulation and before the Antichrist rises, because they have not joined the time sequences. Babylon exists when the 10 kings who have not yet come into power. Amir says Bible prophecy is not about nations dealing with one another. Yet Isaiah prophesies 12 nations that would fall during his lifetime, and most had nothing to do with Israel. Prophecy is global. It's not just about Israel and the surrounding areas. Now, Israel's the epicenter of the conflicts, but not everything in Scripture is about Israel. Now, Amir also says that America will step down from her world superpower. And that is why she's not in Scripture. He says America has fulfilled her role. Well, if she's fulfilled her role, what is that role? He can't tell you. It's all based on speculation without any reference to this word. Now, Amir says it's important to stick with the descriptions in the Bible. Well, folks, that's exactly what we've done. We have hired first-class people to research this. All 53 descriptions meet America. Babylon the Great is described 53 times, and America meets every one. So I'm a little disappointed in this roundtable because prophecy has done nothing but stick to the descriptions in the Bible. And folks, and Amir and Jan, I hope that you will get together with me and sit down. But Amir says we've already looked at Revelation 17, who comes before and after and totally discounts the 7th nation before the 8th nation, New World Order, comes into power. He says you have to join the two together. And that's the main thing that they have not done. When the angel said in Revelation 17:18, and the woman which thou sawest is that great city, that great population center. And then he describes the population center in Revelation 18. What part do they not get? It describes how Babylon, the Lady of Kingdoms, will fall into darkness. She becomes the habitation of devils, exactly where we are right now. Babylon, the city, is not coming, folks. She's already here. Now, Amir says a lot of people fall into that trap, that America's in the Bible. Folks, it's not a trap. It's called Revelation. We're in the last days. We're waiting for the New World Order to take over. Those descriptions are not going to be repeated by some other mystery city that's going to be raised up during the tribulation period. And they do not address Isaiah, where Babylon has been a golden cup in the hand of the Lord, when all of a sudden she's fallen and driven into darkness. Jeremiah 51:7-8 says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, but she made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Isaiah 47 says, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. America is the Lady of Kingdoms of the last days, and she's in a fall now. But the final day of judgment, well, here's another verse, Revelation 8:2, Babylon the Great is fallen and fallen, become the habitation of devils, the hold of every foul spirit. They don't talk about Babylon falling. Fallen means from one level to another. She once was a covenant nation, blessed by God, and now she's fallen. And she's in the fall right now, before the final judgment comes. Remember the 7 churches, he says, to those who have ears, let them hear what the Spirit says unto the church.